topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Eat and Critique Show with restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia. Brought to you by one of Steve-O and Sophia's favorite Incontro Italian cuisine and steakhouse located on the Walk in Coral Springs. Now, sit back while award-winning restaurant critics Steve-O and Sophia share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly in South Florida dining.
Welcome to the National Candy Day. Tonight we're live with Steve-O and Sophia at the Bulk Candy Store. And I am in heaven right now. Look at this place. Just look at it. We're going to have so much to talk about tonight. We're going to be meeting with Ken, the owner. Here he is. There's Ken. Look at this. All the popcorn. This is like, I'm in heaven here. They make their own fudge. So what we're going to do is go back into the room, do an interview with Ken, come back out and show you all of the yummy stuff, and then take you into a room made of candy. Fun times. Thank you, Ken. Thanks for being on our show tonight. Look at this, you guys. They even have an international candy place. Look at all this. International candy. A whole room back there.
You name it, we got it.
And there's Steve-O. Welcome to our show, Ken.
Thank you for coming.
I got to give credit where credit is due. So Sophia told me this morning it's National Candy Day. Actually, she told me Friday. And she said, I wonder if we could get a candy store. And she put this whole thing together because she's so much more creative than I am. And your store is magnificent.
Thank you.
It's, I guess what's amazing is candy is, they used to say candy, it's, Sophie, it's the one next to it.
That's where I had it, but it came out.
You got to turn it around upside down.
I had it. Sorry.
Not that one. It's the one closest to me.
Oh.
Isn't that a song? Turn it around upside down.
Well, there's, what is it? Candy.
Candy is
like
I had it right.
like a candy and like a baby. Anyway, you have more adults in here.
We do. A lot of people say, oh my God, you must get a lot of kids in there. And my standard answer is kids don't have money.
That's right.
You don't make a living. So we do have a lot of things that kids like, but we also get a lot of things that we get a lot of adults coming in. We have a lot of nostalgia candy, stuff you haven't seen since you were a kid.
You know what? One of the things that I just loved was the popcorn. It's not even working. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Sophia. She had this great idea to walk around the store with our laptop, and you have to know exactly what slot each one goes. It's okay though, Sophie. Let it go because we'll just use the speaker on the laptop. But, I asked you. This is amazing. I always wondered. I'm going to show my age. That juju beans.
Yes. Jujubes are
not JEW,
JU. Yes. Jujubes were around for a while. They still make juju fruits, which are very similar, just bigger.
Right.
Jujubes I can get sometimes. They're a little harder, but we generally speaking, if it was made a long time ago and it's back, we typically get it. There are very few things that we haven't gotten.
Wow.
So a lot of things disappear, but they come back, and it really depends on. A lot of people know them. It just depends where you grew up and what you know. But a lot of them, almost.
This reminds me of the Christmas store, except I could spend so much more time in here. And I notice people have their baskets they're carrying around with them.
Oh, yeah.
And putting things in. And I'll bet you people they don't think about what they're going to walk out with. They might come in for something, but I could just come in here and go, oh my God, look at this. I've got to have this.
I actually came when you first opened with my sister, and I was like a little kid in here
Yeah.
looking for specific candy. You had everything that I wanted in here, but you've grown so much in the few years. You've added so much to the store. Do you want to tell people some of the things?
So we started off as a slightly atypical candy store. We had a lot of different novelty candies, and we had a lot of bulk candies. We never did we never did the thing where you scoop though and take it, because we always did it. We didn't feel it was really hygienic or anything. So what we did is we just pre-bag it, and we had a lot of nostalgia and things. And what's happened is over time, trends have changed, people have changed. So for a long time, you may remember in weddings and quinces and bar mitzvahs, they had all these big, beautiful candy buffets.
Yes.
And that was all the rage, and that changed everything. So I went from carrying 10 cases of assorted rock candy sticks in my warehouse to 15 cases, each 15 different flavors, because people wanted all the different colors and flavors. And that trend is now declining again. So we've done two things. Our steadfast, always nostalgia. We have, like I said, we have the stuff that you don't remember. Besides the Jujubes, I have the Necco wafers, the Mary Janes, the Bit of Honeys, the wax bottles, the
Bit of honey.
What I came in
The
wax bottles, all those things.
And the straws. What about the straws?
The straws, the pixie sticks, the straws, the fun dips, the little candy dots on paper.
Mallow cups.
Mallow cups, got all those things. And then what we've done is start branching off into doing things that other people don't do. So I showed you, we're doing a lot of chocolate now.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing a 2.5 and a 4 pound peanut butter cup.
Tell people about that. I cannot believe all the things you could put in it.
Oh, well, that is a custom peanut butter cup. So it's kind of like a Cold Stone Creamery, where you go in and you say, I want to put this in my ice cream. We do the same thing with peanut butter cups. So
that is so cool.
We have a little base made up, and we take peanut butter and put it on a tray. And you pick 3 or 4 items, we put it in there, and we make a lot of chopping sounds like we're hibachi. And we mix it up, put it in, rub the chocolate on top, a little sprinkles, put it in the fridge, take it out, and you got your own 1.5
hibachi peanut butter cup.
Robert, that's our producer. Robert, are you okay there? You're not getting hungry, are you?
Getting a sugar rush.
Yeah. I got one when I walked in and smelled it.
Well, let's talk about jelly beans.
Oh my God.
So
I saw the
jelly beans. The majority of the jelly beans that we sell are from a company called Jelly Belly, you may have heard of.
They're the best.
Jelly Belly, actually, I don't know if you know this or not, was made popular by Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, right?
In fact,
and they're the best too. I've had other knockoffs.
Nothing.
You cannot beat jelly beans.
We have to hope. They just got bought by another company.
Okay.
And we're hoping that they don't take too
change
much
the
away.
name or anything.
They're not going to change the name, but already we see they're talking about knocking the mix from 50 flavors down to 40. They're looking. It's amazing what they do, because their jelly beans taste like exactly what they say they are.
Exactly.
And then they have the weird ones. So they have a license to Harry Potter. So they have Harry Potter jelly beans and
no kidding.
Yep, they have things like earthworm, vinegar. All right, those you wonder who's the taste tester for those. They even have a little one.
Now, can you buy it by the flavor?
You can
or
buy.
You have to buy it mixed.
No, you can buy. We do sell individual flavors. We sell some.
Number one flavor.
Earthworm. You got to. Number one flavor is probably a top. The mix is probably number one.
Yes.
Buttered popcorn.
That's my favorite.
Big favorite.
Oh my God, that's my favorite.
Juicy pear is another one.
I can't stand licorice, but I love the popcorn.
Yeah. I love all
you would love the licorice.
No, I eat the cinnamon, the coconut, and the licorice.
Those are.
Actually, I like all of them. I eat all of it.
We get you the mix. We get you the mix.
I am the mix.
They have special ones now that have special coatings, so they're jeweled, so they look special.
Wow.
They have all kinds of stuff. They make They make they have racks, not just the flavors. They make gummies now. They make all kinds of stuff. Jelly Belly.
Somebody told me that jelly beans are low in fat.
They're supposed to be a diet alternative,
Yeah.
but they're full of
I
sugar,
did.
which makes me.
I thought you were going to say
mad.
something else there. Most candy is fat free,
Yeah,
but it's loaded with sugar.
Sugar.
I mean, that's,
Right.
So
Well, you have to for the taste.
well, I actually did that when I saw my sister. I'll tell you, it's like jelly beans, and also they say Tootsie Rolls are low in fat,
low in fat. Yep.
but they're loaded in sugar. So I started eating those. I saw the sugar content. What?
Well, I want to make sure because I've got so many questions. What are your hours here? What
We're
days are you open?
we're here Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 10 to 4.
Okay.
That may change soon because we're getting more popular.
I had a question.
Wait up for this show.
Who
Yeah.
actually buys the jujubes that are booger flavored and earthworm? Little
You'd
kids?
be amazed at kids, adults. It's
I
a joke
figured
sometimes.
kids. Oh,
My favorite thing to do with it is I tell people you get a bunch of regular mixed jelly
and put it
bellies,
in there.
and then you
Oh.
take a little box of that potter beans and throw them in there. There's also a game they have. They call it Birdie Bot. They call it Bean Boozled. So you can buy a box,
That's funny.
and in the box there'll be a whole bunch of jelly beans, but two flavors will look exactly alike. So one might be peach, and the one that looks exactly like it is vomit.
Ew.
And
Wow.
it's a game. So then you take one and you taste it, and it's either it's good or it's bad. So they have games for that, and they have
Unbelievable.
mint or toothpaste.
Really?
I'm sorry, mint or blue raspberry or toothpaste.
Oh, I like
um,
the raspberry
that's-
too.
They have a bunch of other weird flavors. Dirty socks,
Ew, yeah.
liver and onions. They have
Ew.
all these weird. Over the years, they come up with they have flavors and they get rid of them.
I love jelly beans.
Yeah.
I love them. And it's really important to know because there's a couple Whole Food stores, whatever they that sell those, and they're not the real thing.
No, they're not. Jelly
You can tell
Belly
the
is
difference.
its own brand. Jelly Belly is its own brand.
Right.
Every single Jelly Belly actually has a little Jelly Belly label on it.
Legal.
There are some other people out there who make flavored jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
They're not as good.
They're not.
There are other, and then you get your regular generic jelly beans. The Easter ones. You think about regular, just multicolored, bigger jelly beans.
And think about it. You got like a favorite jelly bean you've had, and they only have maybe 3 or 4 in the bag. You can come here
And
and
get
buy
all.
that flavor.
I did
I am
when I
just about-
came here. But the thing is, I like them all.
I know. So, bazooka bubblegum?
Yes,
Still around.
Bazooka.
Lauren used to be made by a company called Tops. If you remember.
Yes.
Tops
Baseball
actually-
cartridge.
Yeah.
Yep, state baseball card people. They actually changed their name to the Bazooka Company now. A lot of candy companies do
Still have the
that.
cartoon?
Still have the cartoon. They went away from it for a little bit in the bulk. They were making like packs of it. Last couple of years, they're back to it. They're back to the Bazooka Joe
Wow.
with the little cartoons in it, and they make they do the baseball card still.
I have a Mickey Mantle baseball card.
Do you do
Bazooka.
baseball cards?
We don't sell them here.
Because there was gum in it.
There's
Yeah.
it would come with it
The
with gum and
fat.
stick. What we do have it's funny. The Tops company, they make our Bazooka company. They make a lot of other things too. Most candy companies are pretty diverse, so they make 8 or 10 or 20 different little other candies. So every year they sell a box. They want you to buy all their candies. So they sell a box of 10 different things of Bazooka, and they would give us a full set of unopened of the Tops of the Tops cards.
Wow.
I have from something like 2012 to 23. We just have 10, 12 of them, 15 of them.
You know what?
The
You
story-
just told me something sad tonight.
Oh, about
People love chocolate,
right, Hoffman's.
and I'm sure chocolate is very big in here.
It is.
And there's so many companies that specialize in chocolate that aren't in business or going out of business.
Well,
But I know Hershey's is still around
Right.
in Hershey's, Pennsylvania.
okay.
Well, they don't make it in turn. And the sad thing
They
is,
don't?
they don't make it. If you go to Hershey's, remember I don't know if you ever went on the tour there, you could go to Hershey's.
I've heard about the tours.
You'd go there and they had a factory tour, but they really don't produce that much candy there anymore. It's too expensive. They produce it in other
Overseas?
states, yeah. I think in Mexico. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty
Right.
sure a lot of it's made in Mexico. Some of it is made in Mexico. Some of it's made in other factories. Chocolate is a hard one because the price of cocoa and chocolate has just skyrocketed in the last few months and last year. Chocolate has become very, very expensive.
Ooh.
What has the economy done? Because we do a lot of restaurants,
Right.
and costs of goods have gone sky. What's it like in the candy business?
It's the same thing. Some it really depends on the ingredients.
I mean,
You know,
sugar gone up?
Sugar's gone up quite a bit. Chocolate's gone up quite a bit. For a while, a lot of manufacturers. We used to I'll give an example. We used to get price increases once a year.
Okay.
All right. Now I get them every 6 months.
Oh,
I've had
Wow.
suppliers who've come to us and said I can't produce because I can't get dextrose, which is a form of sugar.
right.
So it is settled. Thank God it's settling down. It all, I think COVID killed it all. Since COVID, it was a rough ride after that, but I think now it's settling down. Just certain items like chocolate, the prices are just skyrocketing.
The Ken started making chocolate here now, and I was teasing him actually and said, "Did you get it from Hoffman?" And he makes it here and told me that. Go ahead and tell
Well,
Steve
Hoffman's
what-
right. Hoffman's
Very sad.
it is sad. Hoffman's was bought by a conglomerate, by a hedge fund.
Mm-hmm.
And so what they've done is they bought a whole bunch of companies and they consolidated down. So Hoffman's used to make their chocolate here. Now it's made in Orlando. They closed up their whole. They used to have, you could see them making chocolate in the back, and unfortunately they don't do that anymore. Chocolate's lovely. I don't want to say anything mean, but you just can't go see it being made anymore. We actually just bought a chocolate enrober, which is the machine that has the chocolate flowing and you can coat things in it. And we set it up over here, kind of like they used to have it. We set one up over here. We don't have it running all the time, but we have it behind glass. And now you can see, like, we make chocolate covered gummy bears. We'll want to do there, or pretzels or things. We do them here. So we let people see it as we're doing it, kind of like the way they did.
How cool.
That's one thing.
This is a very big store. This is not a small place.
That's why I want to take the camera after, so Ken can show like the machine, and I called it the lava machine.
Yeah.
And they have a little section with soda pops. I call them soda pops
That's what they are, right?
of brands and flavors that I haven't seen since the 60s.
Yep.
I mean, it's amazing.
They're all, most of them are real sugar sodas. They're not the high fructose stuff that we get today. And that started all because of MASH. You remember MASH?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you remember Radar O'Reilly used to drink grape knee-high.
That's right.
Okay. And we had a supplier we were dealing with who had knee-high. And I said, I want that. I just think it fits. We bought a case of a couple of different knee-highs. We got a little tiny cooler and I put it in there and it grew into this. We now have something like 70 or 80 different soda brands.
Wow.
I tell you, no one I never see anymore is Royal Crown Cola.
I have been able to get it again at times. I haven't seen it recently again, so I don't know. But I'm going to try it if I can
Wow.
bring it back.
Sassafras root beer.
Oh, I have sassafras. We have the huckleberries,
Huckleberry,
birch beer.
huckleberry. Oh, birch beer.
Oh yeah, I got all those. And all these old names like Spiffy Cola and Dad's root beer. And then we have all these weird ones. There are these new, people make all these weird sodas. So they have like sour soda. We have ketchup soda.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Cotton
God.
candy soda. We have all these different weird flavors of soda.
Do you sell cotton candy here?
We do. We sell packaged
The
now.
packets,
But
yeah.
we are in the process of, we have machines and we're in the process of just starting to get our staff trained to make and sell. We're going to have the big bags hanging up.
Oh, that'll be so
So
cool.
you can buy them. Yeah.
For the
That'll-
beer.
Yep. But I didn't, the fair, I don't, come here. Who needs to go to the fair? No offense, fair, but we need to go to the fair. We have it.
No,
We
it's
have-
saying for your actual exhibit.
Our exhibit in the fair, we
Yeah.
actually can't make it there. You're right. Because
Oh,
in the
'cause you're
fair, we're
in
limited to what we
competition.
sell. Right. We sell candy there. We'll have a deep fried stand this year. We do deep fried there out there too. That's it.
What are you deep frying?
You name it.
Really?
Candy. We do candy bars. We do grilled cheese sandwiches. Basically, you take
With
a.
chocolate on
Yeah,
it?
we haven't done that yet, but we're going to try that. It's a funnel cake batter, and we dip stuff in it, and we have we deep fry Buckeyes, which are
Oh, I love Buckeyes.
You know Buckeyes?
I can make. I make good Buckeyes.
You are a Buckeye.
we could use some. We get them from Marsh's Buckeyes out in Ohio.
Yeah.
We know about them because every year we're in the Ohio State Fair,
Okay.
and out there we sell. You can imagine the Buckeye. If you don't know, is the it's a state nut or
nut.
something.
You go out to different fairs?
Yeah, we have crews that go all over the country.
And the
Texas,
Texas,
Dallas
we have
is the biggest.
we do a show.
The State Fair of Texas.
State Fair of Texas is big. You know the largest food consuming fair in the country?
No.
Minnesota.
Really?
Wow.
We're dying to get in there. We just need a big spot.
Texas has some of the, chocolate covered corn dogs and
Oh yeah.
everything is fried. Everything.
My favorite there is deep fried butter.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just, but it turns out, or Kool-Aid, deep fried Kool-Aid also, it turns out to be, a funnel cake batter, flavored with Kool-Aid or butter or something is all.
Oh, okay. You scared me.
No,
I
no,
got
no.
like a pound of
This
butter.
show is going to go viral.
I want you to, so here, when we're talking about the Buckeyes, I want you to imagine this. Not only do we do deep fried Buckeyes, but a few years ago we started doing deep fried Buckeyes wrapped in bacon.
Oh, I bet that's
It
really
went
good.
crazy.
But I never had a deep fried Buckeye. That would be good.
We would sell at the Ohio State Fair in Columbus. We would sell between 30 and 50,000 of them.
Whoa.
At 6 at a time. I mean, it's
I
crazy.
can't believe you down from Texas. So Texas State Fair is huge.
It is.
Huge. So you got to tell the story. I asked Ken about what is number one seller. This is the greatest story.
And so our number one seller, it depends. I mean, we do a lot of popcorn. We do a lot of other nostalgic candies. But what sells sometimes is really, it depends on like current market conditions.
Right.
And it depends a lot on social media. So I was telling him is there about a month and a half ago, about 5 customers walked in the span of 2 days and said, "Do you have the Dubai chocolate bar?" And my answer was, "What's the Dubai chocolate bar?"
Right.
And they said it's on TikTok. And when 5 people walk in 2 days and ask you, do a little research, and it's basically a chocolate bar with a pistachio cream center mixed up with some shredded phyllo dough. And I found a supplier who had it, so I bought a test. I bought 48 of them, and we sent a text message out to all of our loyal customers on our loyalty thing. And within a day and a half, they were gone. So a week and a half later, I got 96 more. That took 2.5 days. So now we make them ourselves. We make our own Dubai
Are you
chocolate
getting
bar.
orders from across the country?
We haven't put them.
It went viral.
Yes, we just are putting them online on our website now. We had to get more molds. We were selling them here in store, and they were going out faster than I could do.
Wow.
So, and it's a weird little thing that just shows up and becomes viral.
I had a question that I asked Ken before was when it's called the Dubai bar, how do you get away with still having Dubai bar versus Ken's Dubai bar?
We call it the Dubai
Candy
chocolate
Dubai.
because everybody calls it that. So I figure we're okay. There are trademark issues typically, but I don't know that the name Dubai can be trademarked.
Yeah.
Right. 'Cause
Well,
it's
Right. The other example, so but a classic example like that is, you're familiar with Skittles, obviously, right?
Sure.
So we do freeze dried Skittles. That's the other really big candy trend that's done really, really well. Freeze dried, it's like if you remember astronaut ice cream, we used to have those little. You took an ice cream sandwich and they
Right.
crunchy and dry. The same process. Basically, you put it under a vacuum and you suck all the moisture out of it. And when you do that with candy, what happens is the candy actually expands. And
Wow.
people figured out you could do this with all kinds of candy, and we have about 30 or 40 different candies back
They're
there
in
that we
the
do it on.
back.
And
So,
Skittles became so popular that Mars runs around telling people cease and desist. You can't call them freeze-dried Skittles anymore.
Wow.
You have to have another name and it's technically correct. You're changing the nature of the product, and also because they just came out with their own.
no.
But we make freeze-dried Skiddlers.
I
That's
like,
amazing.
I like your name better.
Yeah, and we make freeze-dried nerd clusters, which are a little candy.
So, Ken, there's a lot of Jewish people down here.
Oh, there are a few in Palm Beach County.
Yeah. And, for Passover, we would always do these chocolate rocket lollipops. I don't see them anymore.
I haven't seen those. Oh, which
Just
one?
milk chocolate and
Right.
had kind of a cone shaped, and they make 12 to a box. And they only came out during Passover.
I vaguely remember that, and I'm going to look it up. Because one of the things we're really good at is if it still exists, we find it.
Wow. But I've looked in the stores and they have all this Passover food, but never.
I've never seen.
They were
that.
called rocket pops because they were kind of shaped like a rocket.
I've never seen it.
I don't remember.
I
Chocolate-
remember the ice
it was-
cream rocket pop.
Right, and I remember the Astro Pop,
Yeah.
the 3-layer,
Yeah,
which we have
Yes.
again.
you do.
They're back. A lot of the candies that you remember as a kid,
Yes.
they may have gone away, and then someone brings them back.
He has a Pez collection in the back. It's unbelievable with the little dispensers, but I've never seen the giant Pez
The
dispensers.
giant Pez are about this big, and my famous line is that they're really cool, but the most disappointing thing about them is they don't dispense giant Pez.
Oh.
They dispense entire packs of Pez at once, but they're for a while.
How many flavors are there?
Of Pez? There's several. They have the generic. They have one is like the fruit mix. They have the sour mix, and then they have occasionally they come out with different flavors. They have
Jerry
chocolate.
Steinfeld had a whole
That's
row
right.
on
Pez.
Pez, yeah.
Pez.
So now we did the Dubai. What else is a big seller?
Our popcorn is a really big seller for us.
Tell
And
us about the
Dubai.
flavors, because I mean, after caramel and cheese, that's all I care about. What are the flavors?
We have about 70. So we have a collection of what you call the classics. You know, you have your caramel, your rainbow, your cherry, your orange, your banana. Those
Do you put them in the cans still? The tin cans? Remember they used to
We do.
for the holidays. They would put them in the.
We do. We sell them in 3 or 4 different sizes and bags, and then we sell the tins. And when people come in and want to buy a tin, I'm too nice. I'll say to them, "Are you eating it yourself?" Yes. Then don't buy the
Don't
tin
buy that.
because you're paying for a tin.
Yeah, that's
I'd
right.
rather sell you the bag and have you come
Right,
back.
Good guy.
Well, it is nice.
I-
Most people
I-
say, I can make more money doing it.
I want you to cook. You know what our thing is? We're a candy store. We're fun. We're happy. I want you to come back. We have flavors that you mentioned. You like the caramel and you like cheddar. So there's a famous popcorn place in Chicago. They mix them together. They call it either the Chicago style or Chicago mix. It's just caramel and cheddar mixed together. We actually went up that. I'm going to get you some as soon as we're done. It's
Oh my
caramel
God.
with a cheddar overlay. So we have a
Wow.
cheddar over the caramel. We have I have cinnamon French toast, which is
Ooh.
literally a French toast.
You said to
flavored
me,
popcorn.
your popcorn is better.
I think my popcorn.
Tell me why.
It's made with love. No, we're really picky. I'm really picky about it. We test flavors all the time, and if we don't like it, we won't put it out. We make very unique flavors, but we'll test it. We'll get samples of different flavors and colors and things. A simple, stupid example. There's one or two companies that sell most of the popcorn supplies in the U.S. and they make a blueberry mix.
Mhm,
And when we first started making popcorn, this is 2013, I think.
mhm.
Right. Well, they had a blueberry mix to put in the popcorn, and when we made it, we tasted it, and I said, "It doesn't taste like
It
blueberry."
tastes like-
Oh,
Right. So, you know what we called it? We called it blue popcorn. Until I found a flavor we could add in that now makes it taste like blueberry.
wow.
That's the way we are. I'm not going to serve you something like people. I always laugh. People come in and we have birthday cake popcorn, and they'll pick it up and they'll taste it and they'll go, "Wow, it tastes like birthday cake."
That's
And I
why
look at
it's
them-
called birthday
Right. And I
cake.
said, "Do you go into Publix and taste their cake and go, wow, this tastes like cake?" So we're really
And your sister puts Parmesan on her popcorn.
Oh, I have a garlic parmesan that you open it up and the odor just gets
Oh my gosh.
So who's the test tasters? I'll volunteer.
Anytime we have most of my staff loves to taste test. My son in particular is the dill pickle taster.
Oh,
I have a dill pickle popcorn,
Wow.
and he comes in and he could live on that. I have other people who the garlic parmesan, the sour cream and onion. We even have a vegan cheese,
Wow.
which and you'd be surprised it sells.
I'm
What's
sure.
the top selling popcorn flavor?
Our top seller in the store is something called Tuxedo. It is a salted caramel with a dark and white chocolate drizzle,
Oh my
Wow.
God.
and it is to die
To die for.
It is to die for.
Wow.
Another one, we have a peanut butter cup, so it's a caramel with a chocolate and peanut butter drizzle and peanut butter
Wow.
cups in it. One of my personal favorite things you don't think about. One of my personal favorites is banana pudding.
Oh, yum! I
So
bet that's good.
The popcorn, we got a special flavor. It tastes like banana pudding, and then we like that creamy banana, and then we add white chocolate and actual vanilla wafers and dried banana chunks in it.
Whoa!
Yes.
Oh,
You know what we got to do? We got to talk about the holidays.
yes.
I bet the holidays are so big for you.
This would be a good time.
Some
Are
are.
you mailing out? Do you mail out?
We do some mail. We do a lot of, we do some local advertising. We've done a lot more local advertising lately because people still, you've seen when you come by, people drive by all the time and they come in every day. Someone walks in. How'd you find us? Oh, I've driven by for 10 years. Didn't know I could come in.
Wow.
It happens. I mean, you'd be
But
amazed.
you've got so many great gift ideas, though. Items.
I like the color of here because it attracts you to the building.
It's Wonka pillars. It's the purple and yellow Willy Wonka.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. And we just keep, we want people to, we have a 15-foot lollipop out front, a giant Lycanite box, and people say, I didn't know I could come in the store. I said, you think I put up a 15-foot lollipop?
Right.
So we're slowly getting them in.
Do you have a catalog?
I don't. Catalogs are expensive. I have a website.
Yeah.
And almost everything I have is on the website.
Okay.
I have more in the store now because we keep adding things in the store.
Right.
It just takes time to get it on the website. But we have, our website is bulkcandystore.com. And we have a lot of stuff on there, the big stuff that people are always buying on there. But then we're always bringing in, trying new stuff. I was showing you the international section. We have these Swedish gummy things that are just going crazy again on TikTok. You mentioned the holidays. I don't do a ton of it online, but we're starting to do a little more. We do a lot of gift baskets.
I would
A lot of
think
gift
so.
baskets, a lot of trays, a lot of corporate. We do gift baskets anywhere from $18 up to $250, $300.
I would think that's an incredible idea.
What's a good idea too? Like just people that love popcorn, they always go get those cheapo tins.
I know that are horrible.
Yes.
And they could come in here and get somebody that's a popcorn lover and get them something really awesome.
They come in sometimes and they say, well, I can go to Walmart and get a tin for $5. And I say, if that's the popcorn you want, go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart.
Go to Walmart and buy that popcorn because once you've tried ours, it's entire. You want the tin for your present? I'll give you 3 little flavors on the top that you're whatever, and you'll come back.
Mhm.
I guarantee it.
So when you go into an ice cream store, she's good at this. Always tasting. Let me tell you. What do you allow people with the popcorn?
Absolutely. We have popcorn samples up. We have freeze-dried samples up. We're working on, in fact, so not only do we put samples out for them to try, every 6 months or so, whenever we get the whim, we do tasting nights. We do sampling nights.
Wow.
So we bring out the sodas. You have to come to that one, okay?
I
We bring
will.
out all the old-fashioned sodas, fudge, chocolates, popcorn, freeze-dried. We even sample the sugar-free for those folks who want it. We do all these different things, and the place gets packed. They hear free samples.
I hope they leave
Uh,
with buying.
No, they do the first time.
You know, people are.
No, most people walk out buying the first time we did it. I didn't expect it to be as crazy as it was. We did it for a 3-hour period. And that was a big mistake because we probably had over 600 people come through
Wow.
in about 3 hours. And the line to get in was literally the line to pay.
And this is a big store.
And the line to pay was literally from the register all the way to the back. So all I did most of that time, just to keep people happy, we make a liquid gel candy here, and our mascot is like a crazy looking scientist. And I was dressed up like the scientist,
Oh,
walked around squirting candy in people's mouths,
that's cute.
joking around with them. The next time we did it, we had about the same number of people, but we did it over 5 hours or 6 hours, and it was much better. So but we do those. We're gonna do more of those. Those are
Wow.
and we advertise those on Facebook, and people see it, and they come in, and it's and we usually give part of the proceeds to charities as well.
Oh, which charity?
We've done a couple of different ones. Kids Cancer Foundation. We're working. I just heard about another group that I don't remember the exact name, but they work with foster children. They try and give. We just donated a whole bunch of popcorn to an event they did this Saturday. It's for foster children. They want them to have a more normal life,
Right,
so they help them get clothes. They help them get
right.
food and just different
It
things.
was for children. That's a big one.
I think it's Speak Up
Speak
for
Up,
Kids or
yeah.
something.
Oh, that's so cool. But for the holidays, people go, I want to do something different this year. I hear friends of mine going, this is the place to do something different.
He even makes budget, but no disrespect to this. Is kind of funny. You actually do look like a mad scientist.
I do. I'm growing my hair out.
I could see
My goal-
you going back there and testing everything.
My goal is actually the mad science. I have like one of those big crazy Albert Einstein ones.
Yes.
My goal is to get my hair to the point where I can just pull it out myself. All right, but we do a lot of weird testing like that. We do when we have the deep fried, and we do it now. We used to have deep fried Fridays.
Oh.
So we would take things, we'd walk around the store and go, what can we deep fry? And we throw it in, and the dumbest thing is there are these little gummy hamburgers. And when you put that, it's really weird. There's little hamburger shaped gummies, and you put them in again funnel cake batter. You deep fry it. It tastes like a Dunkin' Munchkin.
Oh.
Do you have a sugarless section?
I do. We have a sugar-free section.
Sugar-free.
I recommend. I think we have a pretty good selection. It's again, that's one of those.
Got to be better than anyone else has.
Well, there's some. That's the thing that where as sugar-free was really big. Low carb, sugar-free. That was just and there were so many things, and then now it's shutting down a little bit. There's not quite as much as there was before, but it's there. It's a lot of it. South Florida is a very unique place for sugar-free because we sell a lot more. I think there are products that sell here that don't sell anywhere else in the country.
Wow.
We used to have a sugar-free Baskin Robbins candy. The company made it under license. It was Baskin Robbins. It sold like crazy down here, but apparently no place else because they stopped making it.
Wow.
That sounds good to me.
It does.
Yeah. Ken also has fudge here, that he makes fudge. Amazing. Tell us about your fudge.
We make about 10 or 12 flavors of fudge: orange and cream, obviously chocolate, vanilla, orange and cream, mint, a few others, and we make it all in house. Actually, right now, until recently, we're making changes. It was made by my niece. So she comes in. She's a high school student. She comes in on weekends and goes upstairs on Saturday to our fudge kitchen and starts making the fudge here.
Wow.
Our goal is to try and bring a lot of the stuff that we make out to people because we can make it better quality. We can make it fun.
What else? Tell me some of your other good sellers.
So popcorn freeze dried is the other one.
Freeze dried.
Freeze dried is a really big seller. Again, it was a fad that started on social media, and I think it's gotten to its height. Now it's kind of leveling off because it used to be. You had to go to specialty stores or online to get it. Now it's in supermarkets and gas stations and everything. So so our goal there again is to find things that other people aren't freeze drying. So
you never have to worry about a sale, do you?
We do. People always want value. So we do offer sales sometimes, especially online.
Because you're such a specialty store.
Yes, online. People, because there's a little more competition, people look for it. In the store, we don't do sales quite as much. There are people who walk in again and they'll go, "Oh, I can get that candy bar in Walmart for 30 cents less." Go to Walmart. Because you're not going to get this bar in Walmart next. You can go to Walmart and get a Snickers bar, which I carry some of, but you're not going to get your Mellow Cup, your Zero Bar, your Fifth Avenue. Yeah. I knew she'd do that. We have Fifth Avenues, if you remember, Mr. Those.
What was the one that was with the Caravella? Not Caravella. It was
Caramello? The Cadbury one?
It had like the crunchy Rice Krispies and the caramel and the chocolate. I forgot what that was called.
Whatchamacallit?
No, similar to a whatchamacallit. But
there's the Whoosy What's.
It's a great name, whatchamacallit.
We had a actual chat here about the Jujubes. Tried Jujubes movie candy boxes. In the wild, the jujube is a small red or black fruit similar to a date that's very popular in Asian and Middle Eastern cuisine.
Oh, there you go.
Something we just
I just want my box of jujubes.
They're almost like they're almost like what they call Turkish nougats. They have like little Turkish delights. They're called. They're little nougat candies, but
they have those in Greece too.
Yes. I'm going to try and find you
Lucumia.
jujubes. We get them sometimes. I've heard of that.
Lucumia.
But I'm going to try and find you jujubes.
What about sunflower seeds? Do you?
Sunflower seeds, we do sell some of them.
Because they come in so many different flavors now.
They come with, that's like we do with cashews. So people will flavor them. We started with cashews. I personally love sunflower seeds. It is.
But they have to be David's though.
I'll make you some soon. Those sesame treats they make. It's like sesame. It's like it's like a peanut butter made with sesame.
Yes.
I want to make it with sunflower.
Oh, that would be
because I had it once and it just blew my mind. So sunflowers are very popular.
I'll tell you, here's one. You know what? This is so cool doing this show.
You have to welcome back every week if you want.
Listen,
I'll be back. You know that.
You know what I'm thinking? What about pralines? I never see those anymore. In fact,
Robert makes them.
well, but I'm talking about in the store.
I know, those are really
You don't
good.
see them that often.
They used to be at Mexican restaurants. You could buy them there.
They're kind of
They don't do
hard
it?
to make, I think, because of our heat.
Right. It's the humidity.
Right.
We actually. A side note for that, but you talk about the fudge.
Yes.
When we make fudge, it's a manufacturer and we just modify it. We have to make it different because of the humidity here. We have to use about half the water they do anyplace else.
Wow.
Because of the humidity in Florida. So I get that. And the same thing with other candies too. Pralines, actually, we brought them in for a while. They didn't do as well as I would like.
People don't even know what they are.
I know. But the good news is for you, because you like them, our mix is changing, our clientele is changing. I mean,
Right.
if you were here 2 years ago, I didn't have that chocolate counter.
No, you didn't.
So we both bringing new stuff out. Maybe I'll bring some pralines with jujubes on them for you.
Oh my God.
That would be funny. I think you had pralines when you first opened, though, because I remember buying them here.
We had either pralines or we had
Or
the maple nut.
Divinity.
They were a maple nut goodie, was very similar to
Yeah,
it.
maple nut would be similar.
A maple thing we have.
I kind of remember buying that when you first opened.
We had something like it, I believe. And it's
How much notice do you need for the holidays if people want to order something? And
Like-
have it?
gift baskets and
Yes.
things. Gift baskets, we as much time as we can get because we have a lot of
Okay.
corporate customers. We have one customer that does about they'll do 50, 60, 100 baskets at a time. So we usually
Wow.
for a walk-in customer, we usually come give us a day or two. So they walk in. It really depends. I have one or two people who make our baskets. Like me trying to make a basket, you're not going to want it. Okay? Trust me, I can put the stuff in, I can wrap it, but the wrapping's everywhere. The ribbons over here, So I have, again, it's a very family business. My sister-in-law makes our baskets. She's spectacular
Oh,
at it.
nice.
So what we do is you come in and you'll give us a price range, or give us an idea of what
Isn't
you want.
fudge a good gift to give somebody?
Fudge is a lovely gift.
I had a radio station I did a lot of business with that send me a round tin thing of fudge, and it was
Yeah.
wonderful. I said, "Wow, what a great gift!" So fudge is good.
Fudge is a good
What
gift.
else is good?
Plus,
Popcorn.
we do popcorn is a great.
Popcorn.
We do a lot of corporate gifting with that. The other thing that we do is when people want more expensive baskets, we don't just do candy. So we do staple stills. Like we have a few customers who want baskets that are $100 and $200, and you can't put just candy in.
Oh yeah.
So that becomes crackers. We put in the nicer popcorns, the crackers, the shelf stable cheeses. We mix that with our own stuff too, with the cashews. So we mix that, and it's a much higher end product then.
Does anyone ever come in here and say, "Well, I didn't see what I wanted"? There's no way you could do that. There's no way.
You get one or two.
Are you kidding me?
No, you get one or two who come in who don't find the exact thing they're looking for. Sometimes it's something that's not made anymore.
Oh,
Sometimes it's something that we just can't get because it's regional. But I'm going to go with 98% of the people plus who walk in here
walk
out with something. It's very rare. For
How
them to
could
walk
you
out
not?
with
Do you still sell the Brock's tried the coconut, the three like the Neapolitan,
The
chocolate,
three-layer-
vanilla, strawberry?
the ones that are about this long. So yes, but it's not Brock's anymore. Well,
Oh,
Brock's is a victim of consolidation. Brock's got bought by a company called Ferrara Pan. Ferrara Pan is the company that made fireballs and lemon.
I love fireballs.
That's another sad story.
Oh.
But Brock's got bought by them. They bought Trolley. They bought a bunch of other people. They're the ones who just bought Jelly Belly, and then they got bought by a huge company, Ferrari. You know those little Ferraro shades?
Yeah.
That is, most people don't know this. They're one of the largest candy companies in the world.
Wow.
They own a lot of the brands that people don't realize. They own all these brands. They own Ferrari Pan. They own who owns Brock's, whatever. And when they bought Brock's years and years ago, a lot of the Brock's things got discontinued.
I have a funny Brock story. When I was a child, she lived behind us. So I would go see my friend, and we weren't allowed to walk through yards. You had to walk all the way. No, I walked through her yard.
The Brock people?
Because she loved animals. So she used to bring me in, and she found out my favorite candy was that, and I'd come home with that.
You're kidding.
Wow.
Great story.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. A lot of their, remember they used to have the rack you could go in and you could just pick and mix.
Oh.
You know what I'm amazed about? Ken's brain. Listen to all the things. If you go way back, he knows about all this.
I've been doing this.
Everything we bring up, he knows
I've been
about.
doing this for a while.
I mean,
We've been in business over 30 years.
if you
Wow.
saw his store, Steve, you would see there's things in here that you haven't seen since you were a kid. And we have to do. Oh, tell us about your tour, the candy tour.
So
'Cause I think we're running out of time. We only have
much?
4 minutes.
Okay.
So I'll give you the brief
So
version
tell
of it.
us.
I encourage you all to come. These guys are going to come. I'm going to make them come. It's
You don't
a-
need to make me come.
We sell it as a 45-minute, but it's really closer to an hour tour of the history of candy.
How much
It's a
does it cost?
It's $12.95 an adult. I think it's
That's a good deal.
$8.95 a kid. It's about an hour long. It's a guided tour. It comes with a disc. There are samples in there, and it comes with a discount after you leave. So if you come and spend enough money, you paid for it.
Wow.
But it goes through the history of candy, from literally starting from pre-candy and honey all the way through modern times. We show you how it's made. We have a room that you saw all decorated in candy, and a whole lot of nostalgia. We even have We even have stuff from the original Willy Wonka movie.
Yes, you did, and you had those on the all of the candy boxes.
Yeah, we have
that were over 100 years.
Some of them are
old.
over 100, like some of the original Milky Way and Snickers boxes.
Sophia, what an incredible idea you
I
came up
can't
with.
even believe our time.
This is National Candy.
We've been here an hour already? Almost an hour?
Yeah.
National Candy Day, and we're with Ken. Tell us again your location,
Thank
your
you.
hours.
Bulk Candy Store. It is 235 North Jog Road if you're local. Guys, it's South Florida. It's the northwest corner of Southern Boulevard and Jog Road. You're not going to see there's no plaza here. There's no
can't miss
shopping
it, though.
center, but you can't miss it. It's a big purple and yellow building with a 15-foot lollipop in front of it. 10 to 4 on Saturday, 9 to 6 during the week. You'll almost always find me here. You know, I work here a lot. Just ask my wife. And
He's late for sorry, wife.
oh, that's
But
okay.
we're sorry.
No, I think
But
she's
thank
happy I'm
you.
at home.
Thank you so much for
No.
coming.
Wow, what a show.
Because we wanted to show more of because we might just have to come back. Anyway, thank you. Visit our website, www.eatandcritiquetvshow.com.
Click on
Subscribe
like.
to our YouTube.
I did.
And-
I did. I just did.
Ken did. And we will see you next Monday. Please go vote. We're one country. Don't fight with each other. Go vote and be nice.
Good. Good.
Very good.
Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you, Ken.
Oh my God, that was wonderful.
Anytime you guys want to.
You've been listening to the Eat and Critique Show with your hosts, award-winning restaurant critics, Steve-O and Sophia, brought to you by Incontro Italian Cuisine and Steakhouse, located in Coral Springs on the Walk. Be sure to join us again next week as Steve-O and Sophia interview top local restaurant owners and chefs. Steve-O and Sophia are known for their pure honesty when it comes to reviewing local restaurants. See you next week.